What's up guys, it's Underworld Times with another story. 5 Nicaraguan nationals have pleaded not guilty at Plymouth Crown Court in the UK to drug trafficking offences after more than 2 tonnes of cocaine were seized aboard a luxury yacht off the coast of the UK. The men are accused of being knowingly concerned in the supply or concealment of a Class A drug, namely cocaine, on the yacht Kahu between August the 21st and September the 10th this year. It is alleged that they knew or had reasonable grounds to suspect that the drugs were intended to be imported or had been exported in contravention of the Misuse of Drugs Act 1971. A 6th defendant, a UK national from County Durham, was allowed to defer his plea. Judge Robert Linford fixed a trial date for the 9th of March 2022 and remanded all 6 defendants into custody. The trial will likely be heard in Bristol, Portsmouth or Winchester Crown Courts, as these are the closest courts large enough to cover a case involving 6 defendants. The men, whose ages range from 24 to 49, were arrested in September 80 miles off the coast of Plymouth on board a yacht named Kahu in an operation led by the National Crime Agency, supported by the UK Border Force and the Australian Federal Police. Intelligence gathered through Operation Ironside, Australia's investigation into the Anom encrypted mobile platform, enabled Australian officers based in the UK to tip off the National Crime Agency regarding the alleged transnational drug syndicate using Kahu to coordinate cocaine shipments. The vessel, a former New Zealand Navy patrol boat, was built in New Zealand in 1979 and originally belonged to the Royal New Zealand Navy before being sold and converted into a luxury expedition yacht. The 37-metre yacht was originally built at Wangara Engineering and Construction Limited in New Zealand in 1979 and converted by Fitzroy Yachts in 2011 by her former owner and founder of Fitzroy Yachts, Peter White Robinson. Peter planned to undertake an around-the-world trip with Kahu in 2012, planning to finish in 2015. However, after reaching Canada in May 2013, Fitzroy Yachts fell into financial difficulties and White Robinson stepped down. The trip was cancelled and White Robinson sold Kahu in 2013 along with Fitzroy Yachts. Kahu has changed hands several times since. The refit of Kahu was extensive, including upgrades to electronics, GPS and radar, as well as its fuel capacity, which was upgraded from 13,000 litres to 32,000 litres, giving Kahu an 8,000 mile range at 8 knots. This meant that the yacht was perfect for transatlantic voyages between the Caribbean and Europe. The yacht also boasts 6 bedrooms, 2 living rooms and an on-deck spa. Kahu, a Jamaican-flagged vessel with the call sign J8Y4524, departed Barbados bound for the UK on August the 3rd, but never reached her intended destination. Having received information from the AFP, UK Border Force were actively monitoring Kahu's movements from its 42-metre cutter Searcher and its 19-metre coastal patrol vessel Alert. The vessel was also being monitored by authorities via satellites during its 18-day journey across the Atlantic. Kahu was intercepted by UK Border Force and NCA officers in international waters just north of Guernsey, 80 nautical miles off the UK coast. She was then escorted back to Plymouth, where authorities carried out a deep dive search. Officers recovered 2 tonnes of cocaine hidden on board. Arrests were made, the drugs were seized and a forensic examination took place. In the weeks following the seizure, a further 5 suspects were arrested in early morning raids at addresses in Hartlepool, County Durham, on the UK mainland. 4 men aged between 28 and 57 and 1 woman aged 53 were held in custody on suspicion of conspiring to supply Class A drugs and money laundering. The arrests and search warrants resulted in the recovery of around £30,000 in cash from the 2 addresses. A 6th man, aged 51, was also arrested on suspicion of cannabis cultivation. All 5 were later released under investigation. The arrests demonstrate the strength of the NCA's international partnerships working alongside the AFP, who used evidence from Operation Ironside to target the organised crime group. Matt Horn, NCA Deputy Director, said this is a massive haul of cocaine with an estimated street value of around £160 million. There's no doubt these drugs would have been sold on into communities across the UK in such ways as county lines, fueling more crime and misery. Organised crime groups are motivated by money. The deprivation of these drugs will smash a hole in the organised crime group's plans and ability to operate. Also, the arrests of the man transporting the drugs means the crime group have lost trusted offenders who would have been key to their operation. We continue to work with partners at home such as the UK Border Force and those abroad such as the AFP to protect the public from the Class A drugs threat. AFP Assistant Commissioner Lisa Gale said intelligence from Operation Ironside had enabled the AFP to assist international enforcement partners in disrupting an alleged sophisticated criminal network. Operation Ironside has opened the door to unprecedented collaboration across law enforcement agencies around the globe. This result highlights the importance of the AFP's partnership with the NCA to combat offshore transnational organised crime that impacts both our countries. The AFP and NCA have a strong historic relationship, and both agencies recognise the significant threat to national security posed by transnational organised crime.